And then you come around, and then those turn out to be your favorite songs. Does that ever happen to you? This song I can see being that. Welcome back to another Deep Dive with Derek. I'm your host, Derek. My friends call me D-Rock. Welcome back. If you're new here on this channel, among other things, I go through music that I've kind of missed. I'm a longtime Dave Matthews Band fan and other jammy, fusion, jazzy type bands, and Phish. I knew of them, but they fell through the cracks. I never really paid any attention to them, so that's what I'm doing here. So if this is something you like and you want to continue on with me on my journey, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. Certainly glad you could make it. On this channel, I like to take a look, if there is an album version, at the album version first to give me a kind of a baseline of what the song's all about, and then I try to check out a live version, and I try to find one that was recommended to me. So today I'm on to the album Rift, I think it's Rift, and we're checking out Fast Enough for You. So I also don't monetize these channels, or this channel, so if you want to support the channel, you can check out Patreon in the links below or up here. If you want to, you can buy me a beer as well. Only if you want to, though. You don't have to. So I'm going to go through the album version first. Afterwards, I'm going to go through the live version. If you want to skip through to the live version, which many of you do, I'll put that right here. So you can just skip ahead there. So not going to waste any more time. Let's get into it. Fast Enough for You. Phish off the album Rift. There's a lot going on in this album cover. This is much like Junta. There's a lot going on here. Different from Lawn Boy. Lawn Boy didn't have that much. Picture and Nectar didn't have that much going on that was interesting, where the mango looked like a person or whatever, but gosh, there's a lot going on here. So I'm going to study this while this song plays.
Part of the equation.
Ooh, is that a slide guitar? Is this some kind of like... I like that.
You could draw the boundaries of our cage. You wouldn't pile another stone upon me, and I'd be happy just to watch you age. Everything is in its own dominion, and waiting in the shallows as I do appeases me as water slowly trickles out, which isn't nearly fast enough for you. It isn't nearly fast enough for you.
So I wasn't expecting this. This is like a ballad. So, and we're halfway through the song almost. Not quite. So, anyway, they continue to surprise me every single time.
It isn't nearly fast enough for you. It's what I was afraid of. I stumbled into view. But it isn't nearly fast enough for you. It isn't nearly fast enough for you.
Okay, so I need a fact check here. When I checked out Lawn Boy from Junta, after Junta. Junta was underground, right? The album cover. And Lawn Boy was a picture of grass with what turns out to be a vacuum. And I asked the question, is there continuity in these album covers? This looks like maybe we were underground, now we're above ground. And somebody said, I think it was this album. Yeah, it had to have been. That this album cover incorporates all the songs except for, I think they said a horse, but I don't remember there being a song called a horse. Is there? Maybe there is. I don't have the list. I have all this stuff written down somewhere. It's not in front of me though. Which is why in the next album, Hoist, I think, it's just a horse or something like that. Anyway, so that's my very crude understanding. So fact check me on that. But where in this album cover is Fast Enough for You? I couldn't hear anything in the lyrics so far. Yeah, I don't know where this is. So, but it has to be there somewhere, if my first assumption is correct.
It isn't nearly fast enough for you. It isn't nearly fast enough for
Completely unexpected. That felt like a soft rock song that you could hear on the radio, which again surprises me. And as I'm looking through this album cover, I'm first drawn by what kind of monster lays like this. And maybe he's too tall for this bed, but he's laying sideways with his foot hanging off, uncovered. Maybe that's his thermostat. He's too hot, so he keeps his foot cold. And I'm looking at this mirror on the right side. And it looks so it's pointing towards what would be the left side, and there's a door with some kind of figure skater or something. But anyway, I couldn't figure out on this what Fast Enough for You is represented by. But anyway, I'll be back in a flash with a live version. Okay, I'm back with Fast Enough for You live. I was looking for, somebody had suggested Gorge 98 for Fast Enough for You. And I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the video. I couldn't even find a non-video, what would that be? An audio track for that. So instead, I found something early '93. I got 8/8/1993 Fast Enough for You. So let's check out, see what they do. Boy, this is definitely a different setup. I mean, these keys, it's kind of grainy footage, of course, but is there just one keyboard? Maybe two? There might be three. It's hard to see, but this is early stuff here. Look at Mike. He looks like a kid. Probably is.
You could draw the boundaries of our cage. You wouldn't pile another stone upon me, and I'd be happy just to watch you age. Everything is in its own waiting in the shadows as I do. Pleases me as one slowly trickles out, which isn't really.
It's so different from the Phish that I've come to know in my short version. It's just so quiet and slow and not much going on. Which I guess that makes sense. Like, their whole show isn't going to be like the in-your-face stuff. Or maybe it is. Maybe I'm completely wrong. But I have this hypothesis. I have no idea if this is true. I have this hypothesis that bands, especially bands that have followers that follow them around, all bands anyway, I feel like they throw in these songs that, as if to say, okay, guys, go get a beer, go use the bathroom, come back in 5 minutes, we'll get you going again. That's what I have, this working hypothesis. You know, like when Dave Matthews Band show Crashing to Me comes, I'm going to get another gin and tonic. So I'm catching a similar vibe. It's just so slow, and I can imagine, because there's still 5 minutes left, this turns into a really chill call and response, a really chill jam session, something with the electric guitars and the keys. Haven't got there yet, but that's what I'm anticipating.
Fast enough for you. It isn't really fast enough for you. It isn't nearly fast enough for you. It's what I was afraid of. I stumble into view, but it isn't nearly fast enough for you. It isn't nearly fast enough for you.
Yeah, here we go.
Isn't nearly fast enough for you.
Shorter piano solo than I thought.
It isn't nearly fast enough for you. It's what I was afraid of. I stumble into view, but it isn't nearly fast enough for you. It isn't nearly fast enough for you. It isn't nearly fast
like how you can hear the I don't know, it must be Mike, maybe others. You could hear them singing the chorus in the sides around the sound of that guitar. You know, on an album, on your first time through, there's songs that you're like, I don't really like that, and so you skip it. At least this is true back in the CD days when you throw CDs in your car and you put on the album and you skip and you'd skip. And then you come around and then those turn out to be your favorite songs. Does that ever happen to you? This song I can see being that, where I was just saying it's so slow, it's so quiet, it's so, it almost sounded like I was dunking on it a little bit. Then I was sitting there listening to that Trey solo, falling into that Phish trance, and thinking, "Yep, this is one that could claw its way to the top of the Derek charts." Anyway, fast enough for you? What do you think about it? Let me know what else I need to check out. Let me know other live songs, live versions of these songs I should check out. And happy to have you here with me on this Phish journey.